The Mavericks lose to the Utah Jazz once again, despite a monster night from Cooper Flagg as AD leaves the fourth quarter with another injury. We will break it all down coming up next in the DLLS Mavs postgame show. Welcome into the DLLS Mavs post-game show, live in the DLLS Sports Studios. Kevin Gray alongside our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. and our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Carella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys, covering your favorite team, despite them losing for a second time this season to the Utah Jazz as the Mavericks lose 116 to 114 to Utah, as the Mavericks now 0-2 on the season, losing both games of the season series in Utah, as the Mavericks dropped to 14-24 on the season, despite Cooper Flagg just 2 assists shy from a triple-double. A monster night for him, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists to lead 5 Mavericks in double figures. But the story, unfortunately, tonight, Anthony Davis left the fourth quarter with a left hand injury with 2 minutes left and did not return as the Mavericks fall to Utah. We'll break it all down here for you over the course of the next hour. Really appreciate you joining us here.
Let it out in the chat. This is a safe space. Just no slurs, no offensive, confrontational language. But let it all out. Let it all out.
Well, Bobby, I'll just start with you. Your biggest takeaway from tonight was what?
My biggest takeaway is that, they got off to a slow start again. They have been able to overcome some slow starts in some of these games, like against Houston, for example. They started very poorly. I think they fell behind by 9, like in the first 4 or 5 minutes that night. They were able to scratch and claw their way back. Tonight, same thing. They were down 8 or 10 points right out of the gate. They did scratch and claw their way back. They just weren't able to hold on for reasons that we'll get into over the next hour. But they are just routinely falling behind by 8 to 10 points every single game, oftentimes whenever they are playing Coop at point guard and 2 bigs. And I'm going to be an annoying-ass broken record about this for the rest of the season. They are not good when they play 2 bigs. They're not good when Coop plays the 1. I'll throw J-Kid a bone. Maybe it is strategic. Maybe the whole point is to lose, and if so, great job. But if that is the effort to win the game, that is just unacceptable to me. I don't know what more evidence you need to suggest that it's just not working, but what they're doing is not working, and I think it stinks. I think it's stinky like poo, and I think that they should not do that anymore. But they've also fallen behind when they've started a 1. And down the stretch, they had Ryan Nembhard on the floor, which is something that I like, but they had to sit in a 2-3 zone because Nembhard couldn't stay in front of Keyontegeorge. Yep. And so they were just conceding a bunch of open threes, and they ended up losing. So there are definite drawbacks to playing a point guard on this team, which is why they should have signed a point guard in the offseason or traded for a point guard in the offseason or traded for a guy that can defend the point of attack so that they wouldn't find themselves in this weird situation where they have to do some wild things just to field a lineup. It's a very flawed team, and for every time they beat a really good team, they also lose to a really bad team, and that is essentially why.
Ron, your biggest takeaway from tonight?
Well, one, just to kind of add on what Bobby was saying. I mean, they played double bigs tonight, and they win the rebounding battle by a total of 5 rebounds. What's the point at that point? The whole goal of playing 2 bigs, it's one, to have an elite defense, which again the Houston Rockets have done, as a team that has run the kind of 2 big thing. Same with the Oklahoma City Thunder, elite defenses. But in the Rockets' case, they also are rebounding better than everybody because they are trying to go in games and say, hey, we're going to be bigger than you. We're going to out-rebound you all the time. But since Daniel Gafford's undersized, he's not that good of a rebounder, you don't really get that advantage. And because, again, he's been playing injured this year, and again for some other things that the scheme wise, like his defense hasn't been amazing in totality. In spurts, he still has had some good effort. Anthony Davis also just was a terrible. Just didn't play well on defense tonight. He was pretty bad overall. Even kind of before the injury, he wasn't getting back multiple times. Sure, he contest some shots here and there, but overall, just to me, his defense just did not look good. And you just can't barely win the rebounding battle if the goal is to have this large lineup. They lost the fast break point battle. Again, a lot of that is because Anthony Davis was not getting back. There's just a lot of problems. And then, of course, just to add insult to injury, then AD, goes down with barely over 2 minutes left, and it just was a sad moment.
Alan, I do want to say, so Alan, I don't recognize your username, so there's a chance that you haven't watched many streams or whatever. So I will forgive you for not remembering everything I've ever said. But, so Alan in the chat says, for some reason the Clowns, first off, thank you for that, on this broadcast have not acknowledged that the Mavs do not have a starting point guard. We have a lot. We have a lot.
You just said that, though.
Like, respectfully, I've actually kind of been annoying about it for like 7 or 8 months. It's been a war that I was fighting by myself for a lot of June and July as the Mavs were linked to players like D'Angelo Russell. There were other guys that I would have been okay with, like Russ, Chris Paul. You could have talked me into them. I don't think it would have papered over these issues, but this has been a personal cause that I have been battling, kind of Jon Snow at the Battle of the Bastards by myself, drawing my sword from its sheath for a really long time. And as time has gone on, a whole lot more people have come over to my side. But yeah, I mean, it is a real crisis. It is a real crisis. The Mavs don't have a starting caliber point guard on the roster, and that's something that it's not the first time I've said that. I've said that for a really long time.
Yeah, D'Angelo Russell was a DNP CD again.
Deservedly
for a
so.
reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
he cannot see the floor even when Brandon Williams leads the game.
Not.
With illness, Ryan Nembhard doing the best that he can, but obviously, can't deal with some of the matchups that are out there on the floor. And the biggest takeaway for me tonight, we'll get to the AD stuff plenty as we go throughout the show, but I mean, the two numbers that stick out tonight, 21 and 25. The Mavericks had 21 turnovers tonight that led to 25 points off those turnovers for the Utah Jazz. And if you look at some of the numbers tonight, I mean, the Mavericks shot nearly 52% from the field, shot nearly 42% from three, and shot nearly 85% from the free throw line and lose. You lose because you turn the ball over at inopportune times and you give Utah plenty of opportunities to be able to capitalize. That's where you lost this game tonight. And the Mavericks inexcusably continue to have a turnover problem. And Utah is a team.
20 turnovers.
Yeah, 20. Inexcusable. Like 21 turnovers overall as far as the team turnovers that led to the 25 points that I was talking about off those turnovers. Utah, a team that doesn't play very well defensively, scored what was, to your point about the double bigs, Ron, they scored 64 points in the paint. That's inexcusable when you've got Gafford and Davis on the floor. And to Utah's credit, they only had 9 turnovers tonight. So a lot of different things did not go well in this game for the Mavericks, in a game that they were down by as many as 14 points. They blow what was a 7-point lead. The Mavericks, we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show, too, in the fourth quarter, where things dramatically turned after Anthony Davis left. But again, this team has had a problem with turnovers at times that's really cost them games. And tonight, it cost them again. So the Mavericks now drop to 12 and 17 in clutch games this year. This was clutch game number 29 on the season. And the Mavericks just simply cannot find a way down the stretch to close out ball games.
Well, they've been winning a lot of those lately. I mean, this is the first. I say that off the top of my head.
Well, I'm talking about the totality of the season.
Have they, Bobby?
Well, no. I mean, like
they won.
Look at their last few games. Like they beat Sacramento, they beat Houston. Those were clutch games. Don't ask me about what happened before that.
Yeah, the Houston one technically was a clutch game.
Yeah. So
NBA teams this year are 48 and 96 now, including tonight's game, when they commit at least 20 turnovers.
Yeah, it's a recipe for a loss.
So you won't win many
Over the course
games
of the season, that's what 27 and 55. I think that's what your win rate is.
You're not winning many games.
Yeah, you're not winning many games. Now the Mavs do account for a lot of those games. I mean, turnovers are a huge problem. They're a huge problem, especially for a team that's already really offensively challenged. Because you
can't lose possessions.
Broken record. Every loss, the same thing. But they don't have a lot of shooting. They don't have a lot of playmaking. Their best offense is in the open floor, so when they get in the half court, they're pretty bad. Even without turning the ball over, you give up 20 free possessions, you're going to lose. I mean, it's just what's going to happen.
And unfortunately, they wasted yet another spectacular game against Utah for Cooper Flagg. I mean, he goes 10 of 18 from the field tonight. He knocked down 3 threes, going 50% from 3, going 3 for 6 from downtown. Was 2 assists shy of a triple-double, 26 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, was making plays for other guys, finding guys in the corner for 3. He also had 3 steals in this game as well. An all-around terrific game for Cooper Flagg against Utah. The last time, of course, he played against this team, had 42 points, tying a Mavericks rookie record. Followed it up again with another terrific performance against his team, breaking the idea of he's hitting the rookie wall, which has been discussed a little bit over this last few games. But I thought, Bobby, he was aggressive tonight, looking for a shot, felt in rhythm taking the 3-pointers that he did, even the ones that he missed, and played yet another really good game against Utah.
Yeah, he was aggressive. That was good. When the 2 bigs are on the floor, it's a much more perimeter oriented, and he did have the jumper falling tonight. That was nice to see. I mean, 3 threes, I feel like that's probably his career high, right?
Coop.
Yeah.
I believe he's hit 4 in a game.
The Nuggets game.
Yeah, I believe he hit 4 in the
that
Nuggets
game.
game.
Oh, his brothers were sitting courtside, all right?
Yeah,
we don't
that's
even
right.
count that one.
Yeah.
All right, so
yeah.
non-brother
It's almost like,
non-brother observing game, that's a career high.
At least tied it. Yeah.
That's big. Now, he had some nice plays in the open floor.
A lot of minis too.
Yeah, and sometimes whenever it was just AD or Gafford, he was able to get to the rim. So, much like with AD, I don't like when, a ton of their shots are coming from outside the lane. I want them to be able to get to the basket, make some things happen. But Utah also, I'm sure that they probably painstakingly reviewed his 42-point game film from when they played a couple weeks ago and were like, yeah, we're not letting that happen again.
I think one of my biggest takeaways is that Kevin Love in 2026 started an NBA game, and overall it didn't actually kill the team and make them lose the game.
He played well.
It didn't. A team essentially didn't play a game with a true center the whole game, and it felt like it didn't really matter for Dallas. Like the Jazz, truthfully, didn't play a quote-unquote true center in old people talk. And
Old people
it just,
talk.
Because I think,
Yeah, we got come
So
on, man.
what-
Like, what
Dude,
are we doing
you can't
here?
just say that.
Like,
because it's like,
disrespect.
you
true
can't
center,
do
true
ageism.
point guard.
Yeah, like
on
the
camera.
disrespect. Jeez, man, that's an NBA champion, Kevin Love. Like,
Centers played up until like a couple years ago. You know that, right?
So it's like
Old people.
Right.
So,
It's like this is the 1950s
like, it just
or
didn't-
some stuff. Like, what are we doing here?
but to land that plane at least, it just didn't matter. Like, usually if you don't have a thing, it does matter. Like, when the Mavs don't have a point guard, usually they have 20 turnovers if Cooper Flagg's doing that. If it's like, I'm sorry for the older people in the chat, question mark.
In the chat.
Wait, whoa, what
about
are we
in the room
doing?
with you?
What you doing?
No, they're saying, LOL, Ron, hey, man, I'm not trying to offend people. These are good patrons of the society. I want to make sure that I show love
Oh my
to these
God, he's
people.
trying to
about us
yell at
like-
these cats. Like, you're trying to
They've
yell
worked
at
so
cats,
hard throughout their
send them out to
lives.
pasture.
Just here collecting Social Security
Like,
at
damn.
34.
Look at these good people.
Don't
Don't
forget
forget
to
to
sign
sign
up
up
for
for
late night
Medicare.
basketball
Like, you
show.
trying to put Kevin Love in the damn hospice center. Like, what you doing,
He does
man?
have gray hair.
I mean, he looks great. It looks
I
great.
agree as well.
The
He's
salt
a
and pepper's
glorious,
working for
agree
him.
as well.
he's a silver fox.
Yeah, the salt and pepper's
I
working for
appreciate
him.
the other wise men in the world.
Wise
You
men.
can't help yourself. You just can't help yourself.
They call people with great people wise. They told me that.
All right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Anthony Davis can't help himself from getting injured. And he
Past
got
your
hurt.
bedtime. Go home.
He got hurt once again. He left tonight's game with 2 minutes left. He got his left hand caught in laurimarkkanen's jersey as Markkanen is making a drive to the basket. After the bucket was made, Anthony Davis could be seen just holding his left hand and did not move it at all. In fact, once the Mavericks got back to the defensive end, there was a timeout eventually called, and they took AD out of the game, and he did not return for the rest of the game. So we will see if there's any update via those who are on the ground in Utah to see what more we can get in terms of information.
Has J Kidd not talked yet?
I have not been able to see if he has or not, as far as whether or not Jason Kidd has talked.
Oh, okay, nothing specific.
I
He
should
said.
probably do my job.
He said, "Wow. Okay. Quote. I don't think it's tough. I think that's our norm with injuries or sickness. We lose guys. Next guy up."
He says that a lot. I mean, to be fair, he says it like literally every single
He's
game.
probably at his wit's end. All right, that's Antoine Walker. That is not cool, Tanner.
Oh yeah, that is
That is
That's
not
an easy
cool.
one, but
Yeah,
more
but
so I want to do it for these fantastic
Yeah, the jersey.
Silver
Oh
That's
my
disgusting.
Is that a
You
garbage
enjoyed
bag?
those?
Is that a garbage bag?
I
with the
thought Bob was
Mavericks?
like, yeah.
God. No, they wore that one time and
PPU.
never wore them again. They wore them season opener 03-04 against the Lakers. They got absolutely
How old was Antoine Walker? Do you think in this photo?
steamrolled. Well, it was 03-04. He was a rookie in 97, so
Like,
he was
he looks
probably
like a
like
young bald man.
he's probably like 28,
Tupac.
29.
Like, was that damn jersey
That was by
sponsored by
choice.
Hefty or something?
That
Like,
year,
what's
the
going
Mavs
on
had the
there?
#1 relative offensive rating in NBA history, a record that still stands to this
Wait,
day.
one
And
more time?
Antoine Walker shot sub 30 from 3.
Yikes.
The #1 offensive rating of all time.
Jameson.
And he couldn't even shoot.
Funny story, 13
Antoine Walker's a good player, though.
loved those jerseys. I
Wow.
thought they were
Oh, yeah?
awesome.
I thought they were cool when they were dry, and then when the game started, I was like, oh.
Oh, they
yeah.
changed colors when they were wet.
He was 26.9% from 3.
Bobby,
that
you
season.
didn't
That's
guess on this
disgusting.
one. I'm sure you're going to get it, but
Oh, is that Kostas?
yeah.
Oh, that's my guy. I recorded a podcast with him. There's a
wait,
pod
wait,
out there of me and
Antetokounmpo?
Kostas.
wait. Who
Yeah.
designed those jerseys? Somebody in the chat said, wait until Ron finds out who designed those jerseys.
Oh, that's not that jersey.
No, that's not
Yeah,
the Diddy
not that
one.
jersey.
That's not the Diddy one.
That's not the
wait,
Diddy jersey.
whoa.
The Mavs-
We don't have time. We don't have time.
Dirk scored 53. His career high. He scored 53 in a jersey
In the
designed by
puff
Diddy.
jerseys?
Yeah.
We don't have time to
The
discuss that.
puff
We'll
jerseys.
talk to you about
Break.
that after
Time for a
show.
break.
Yeah, it's time to go to break. When we come back, we'll discuss the turning point of this game. Anthony Davis leaving the game injured as the Mavericks fall to the Utah Jazz for the second time this season. We'll talk about all that and more coming up next.
More, less, to do, to not to do. We make choices every single day on Prize Picks. You make a good choice. You make a right choice that could put cash money right in your pocket on Prize Picks. You choose whether between 2 and 6 players are going to record more or less than their projected stats. They also offer stacks, so you can choose multiple stats for a single player. For example, Josh Allen, right? The Bills are going to play a game this weekend.
That's right.
Half the freaking league makes the playoffs. I'm assuming the Bills are playing.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen runs for a lot of touchdowns. He also throws for some touchdowns. Sometimes he runs for a lot of yards, throws for a lot of yards. You can choose all of those things just for that one player. Prize Picks is the first platform, the only platform to allow you to do that. There's so much fun to be had, whether it's football, basketball, hockey, baseball, men's sports, women's, college, pro, doesn't matter. It's all great. If you want to play along, download the Prize Picks app today, create a new account, and use promo code DLLS when making your first $5 lineup, and your account be blessed with $50 to use anytime you like on Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
And this episode of the DLS Mavs podcast is sponsored by Qualis Roofing. While the Dallas Cowboys defense was stinky, and while the Mavs defense has actually become pretty good all season, a top 10 defense, the best defense in the area is Qualis Roofing because they always have us protected. With over 700 5-star reviews and an average rating of 4.9, Qualis Roofing is one of the most trusted names in roofing across North Texas and Austin. Whether it's your home or your business, Qualis Roofing has you covered. Literally. Schedule a free roof inspection and get a free DLLS shirt. Mention DLLS when you call in. It truly helps our show. Call or go online to schedule your free roof inspection, and don't forget to ask for your free grill. It's it should be getting cooler, but it's still pretty hot. That grill will come in handy. Visit QualisGC.com or just search Qualis Roofing and Construction. That's QUALIS, or call 817-500-9008 and get started today.
Mavericks fall to the Utah Jazz, 116-114. The story, once again, Anthony Davis leaving this game with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter with an apparent left hand injury, did not return.
That really was the turning point of the game.
And that was the
Literally.
turning point of the game. I mean, let's just jump into it. I mean, the Mavericks, look, they were up 107-100 with 4:30 left. Max Christie knocks down a three-pointer. Now, honestly, not just the turning point of Anthony Davis getting injured. So Cooper Flagg knocks down what appears to be a buzzer-beating shot clock 3 to get the Mavs up at one point 110 to what would eventually be 105. Utah calls a timeout. They go to the monitor. They review it. They reverse it. And the score at that point is then 107-105. And the Jazz proceed to go on a 9-1 run after that to lead 114-108 with 52 seconds left. And in the midst of that, Anthony Davis left the game with that hand injury, as I mentioned, with Laurimarkkanen driving to the basket to get a bucket. to get the game tied at that point, and that was all she wrote from there. It's just disappointing that the Mavericks, who were able to climb themselves back early on in that fourth quarter, in fact, they were up 107-100, using a 9-0 run to get themselves in position with 4.5 minutes left in this game to hopefully start to take control. And for the second time in Utah, they allow a fourth quarter lead to slip away and not able to execute down the stretch. Utah, to their credit, made shots when they needed to. Laurimarkkanen, who's been fantastic this season, top 12 scorer in the NBA, and he led the charge back, and Utah beats the Mavericks again.
The Mavs were, I mean, this is going to sound so doomer, and I don't even mean to be like this big of a negative Nancy, but they were lucky that the game was as close as it was because they gave up 2 wide open corner threes to Markkanen in a row.
Yep, they did.
During that stretch where they were actually building a lead, or maybe I don't know exactly the sequencing of it, but they were in a zone and they were bringing this guy up high. The Jazz had 2 on the strong side, or one guy obviously on the wing and then one other guy on the strong side with the ball. And the Mavs were tilting the floor toward those guys, and they were spacing it as such to where you have, man, this is so hard to describe out loud. So in a zone, you got the 2 up top, and then you got the 1 in the middle, you got the 2 on the sides, right? Okay. So they were tilting everyone toward like the right-hand wing, and then you have the guy that would be in the left-hand corner getting pinned by the guy that's like in the dunker spot, basically, because the Mavs are rotating so much toward the ball, and Markkanen would just kind of hang out. Now, it was actually like very passive, kind of dull, bad offense, and there was no rhythm to it, but he was wide open 2 times in a row. And then Walter Clayton hoisted a 3 from the right wing that went like 82% of the way down and spun out. I mean, it was 3 open threes in a row that they were able to get. They went 0 for 3 on all of them. Now, the Mavs did dodge a couple bullets that way, but again, you know, they just didn't have the defensive personnel to play straight up in that situation. Obviously, it ended up being the right choice if you think the ends justify the means. But, man, I just, you know, it's really, really tough to win a game if you're sitting in a zone because you can't guard the guy with the ball. You know, Keyontegeorge was so good that he forced the Mavs to play 2-3 zone against a team that has a big that shoots threes. Like,
it's terrible.
It is. It's not good, man. It's just it's a really, really tough position to be in. And then AD gets hurt and he can't catch the ball. He can't touch the ball. Obviously, he's holding his hand. Markkanen goes right at him and scores, and they have to call a timeout to get him out of the game, and that meant that they had 1 fewer timeout for the end of the game, and they could have used it if they're trying to win. So, just a very most unfortunate sequence of events.
Jason Kidd about the defensive play when Davis said he was okay to remain in the game, but was in pain, leading to a layup by Laurimarkkanen, said, "quote The smart play is just take the foul. That's what we should have done. He felt like he was fine. We came back down. We didn't take the foul." Markkanen then gets the layup, and then we have to take a timeout. That's just the play. We'll learn from it. We'll take the foul side out, and we can sub. That's the play. Not do I trust my players. I trust my guys as a coach. They said he was fine. I thought he was fine, end quote. I find that a little difficult to swallow because he did not move his left hand.
But he was also, I mean, they were defending right in front of J-Kidd. So if he wanted them to foul, you could have just yelled, "Hey, foul."
Exactly.
"Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Foul him," you know?
Yeah. I don't understand.
He's usually standing up, is he not?
He was
standing up. Literally right there.
But there's like
I'm saying he should yell if he's that close.
And also, I mean, he's not the only one. They got 7 assistant coaches, 2 video guys. They got 15 players on the team.
Someone can say something.
Yeah.
Someone should have said something.
Especially with like younger players like Cooper Flagg on the floor that probably don't know all of these different situational basketball things.
I mean, it feels pretty second nature. If you got a guy that can't move, you foul.
Yeah, that normally is what happens.
Yeah.
Like if you see a guy who's visibly injured, you take the foul.
Yeah.
Now, from the player's POV, you're thinking, okay, there's 3 minutes left in this game. I don't remember if the Mavs are if the Jazz were in the bonus.
No, they
weren't
in the bonus yet.
But like, there's 3 minutes left in the game. You don't want to just give away a foul if you don't need to. So you're only going to do that if the coach tells you to.
But
so
it's
someone's got to speak up.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, I mean, players and coaches got to know time and situation. You got to know how many fouls you have. If you don't have,
Well, yeah, but that's where I mean, a player's not going to just go rogue and take it upon himself to foul him. Like if Najee Marshall just grabs a dude, first off, at that stage in the game, that's an away from the ball foul potentially. Right. So you're not going to do that. if you just hug the guy with the ball and then you turn around and say, AD, get your ass out of the game, and he's like, well, I want to stay in, then J-Kid's going to get mad at you and AD's mad at you. Like, it's got to come from the coach. It's got to come from the coach.
And it's just like, brother, like.
Is that Jonathan Motley?
Hell yeah, this
What a
sick
dude.
Bears.
What a guy.
Yeah,
I really
up
liked
on the
him.
last
That
one before
was
that, didn't you?
Yeah, that was
I really
great,
liked
right?
Bray up on the last one, yeah.
But good God, Anthony Davis. I mean, it just every game. Sometimes he even stays in the game, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I've just watched so many basketball games. I just feel like it's just like him, Kawhi, and Embiid over like the last 5 to 7 years. Like, you just watch them play, and just something seems to happen. Just like so often when you watch them, it's like uncontrollable. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Like, he's just running, and I don't know what happened to the finger. We have no report. I can't get anything back right now. But if he's hurt, it's like,
I mean, on the video, you saw his hand get caught up in the jersey, and I thought it was rather harmless, but he clearly was holding.
He
the
barely
left.
walked to the locker room.
Yeah.
The man was dang near knees.
Yeah, he went to the bench. He was in visible pain. He goes to the locker room. He starts to double over because the hand is in pain. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait more because the Mavericks will be on the road on Saturday. Speaking of Anthony Davis, they'll be in Chicago to play the Chicago Bulls, who had tonight's game, by the way, if you didn't hear. The Heat and the Bulls had their game postponed in Chicago because of condensation on the floor. So they were not able to play tonight's game in the United Center. So that's something to watch and monitor over the next couple of days. I imagine they'll have that fixed by the time they get to the game on Saturday night against Chicago. But that was another interesting note from one of what was, I believe, only 4 or 5 games tonight in the association. But, yeah, the report and status of Anthony Davis will be at number 1. And obviously, folks will look at, hey, we're less than a month away from the trade deadline. Obviously, Davis has been in a lot of conversation about whether or not he'll be moved by the time he gets to the deadline to the Atlanta Hawks. And obviously, this could throw a wrench into all of that if you're wanting to see Davis moved from the Mavericks. So let's get to a couple of your super chats before we take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. We start with Matthew Hooks with the $2 super chat.
Yes, sir.
For the love of God, get out of the AD business.
Well,
easier said than
My
done.
retort
I think.
is, who wants to get into the AD business right now?
That is,
we
or
will
ever,
talk about that as
frankly.
well.
Or ever.
Like, that's the
I mean,
whole
reportedly
thing.
Atlanta and Toronto, but that's on them.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Toronto has such little to offer that interests. Literally nothing that they could offer the Mavs would interest me.
RJ Barrett,
Nothing.
who's
said-
from the
you said
who's
Toronto or
from
Atlanta?
there.
Scotty Barnes, but
Oh yeah. Well,
Oh, you're talking about Toronto?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh
yeah.
yeah, they'll take.
truly nothing.
Yeah, they have one of the worst contracts on that roster.
I'd
in the
rather
entire
I'd
league.
rather
I'd rather just LA with
I'd
AD.
rather try to make the 10 seed than make a deal with Toronto.
Yeah, that they've got.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if they're gonna make a move, it's Atlanta.
yeah.
Like, if a move is to be made, it's Atlanta.
Right.
Classic Stain Level with the $1.99 super chat. Apparently, jerseys are dangerous.
You don't want to get your finger
They're-
stuck in a jersey. It
Yeah.
Sucks.
it is not good. It's not good. It's really not good.
Yeah, that thing.
Jersey
bends.
and nets. If you get your finger in the netting up by the rim, that can absolutely terrorize your
Yeah, that scares me when players like try to stick their hand up and it accidentally gets like caught in the net.
Oh, yeah,
like
that
trying to go
fucking
for the block
hurts.
a shot.
sprain, it's
Yeah,
a break,
it's-
it's dislocation. It could be anything.
or even on dunks when guys are trying to finish off plays at the rim, hurting their hands on the rim. We'll get some more of your super chats coming up here on the other side of the break. Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. When we come back, more of your super chats, Ron's review. As again, unfortunately, the leading story tonight, Anthony Davis leaves the fourth quarter with a left hand injury and did not return as the Mavericks fall to the Utah Jazz by 2. All that and more coming up next. It's warm in the air right now, and yes, you might be out on the grill or you might be inside using your air fryer or your cast iron skillet, and you got to get some premium meat and seafood in order to make your friends and family happy with the delectable items that you make, and Wild Fork Foods can help you do that. Yesterday, I made myself a New York strip steak, premium cut of meat, had a little surf and turf with some strip I got as well. Fantastic meal. Wife loved it, absolutely loved her steak, and so did I. They've got 9 DFW locations, My favorite location is the Wiley location. That's the closest one to me. If you're looking for size, if you're looking for seafood, if you're looking for hamburgers, if you're looking for anything that you're out there looking for, Wild Fork Foods can take care of you. So go to wildforkfoods.com. They blast freeze everything, so it's extremely fresh when you get it and when you open it up as well. So make sure you go to wildforkfoods.com. Check out one of their 9 DFW locations and get the best meat and seafood in the game today. That's with Wild Fork Meat and Seafood Market. Check them out today.
All right, we're in the second week of 2026. If you haven't gotten started on your New Year's resolution, what the heck are you waiting for? You're running out of time. Just kidding. You got the rest of your life, okay? But I know a lot of you, I know a lot of us sometimes, whether it's a side hustle or our own business, we want to start some stuff. We want to sell some stuff. We want to make money. And Shopify is the service that you need to do just that. If you're trying to get your small, maybe individually owned business off the ground, or if you work for a really well-known brand, like for example, DLLS Sports with the merch store, you need Shopify to power all of your e-commerce. It does more than just that though. There's built-in marketing tools that can help you create email and social campaigns. They can also provide you a bunch of templates to build your store, or if you're feeling a little more advanced, maybe you can get in there and do that work yourself. In 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That is shopify.com/allcity. Hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side today.
Welcome back to the DLLS Mavs post-game show. Really appreciate all of you joining us here on our program today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to DLLS Sports. If you're here, hit that like button. It takes all of 3 seconds to hit the like button as we take you through tonight's game. Let's get to more of your super chats before we get to Ron's review here on our post-game show. We continue with Matt with the $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. If there's an offer for Anthony Davis on the table and they don't take it tomorrow, that's organizational malpractice. Not his fault, but he just needs to go.
Oh, there's an offer, I'm sure. But
Well, depending on
what you want.
depending on his finger situation, we'll see about the offer.
Yikes.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying yikes.
Classic Stain Lover with the $1.99 super chat. I'm 43. I'm taking my money to Locked On.
Well, keep your money here. We love your business. Ron, look what you did.
I apologize. And
You don't have to talk. He's only 43. You don't have to talk slow.
And Classic Stain Lover,
I am sorry.
you're one of my favorite people in the chat. So I would
Look what you
really,
did, you
really
little
enjoy.
Classic Stain Lover, your name is signed forever etched in the wall of Die Hard.
It is literally beyond
It's
reach.
literally the tallest signature available in the DLLS
Like,
Sports
my
studio.
little arms can't even get there.
You may think you're
Like,
going
I'm just
somewhere.
like Desmond Bain.
Plus, what is locked
Like,
on?
We don't know what that is, but what
Just
you
kidding.
are, you're locked in for here for life. Okay? You're locked in here for life. Who is this?
Charlie.
Charlie D.
Charlie D. Okay.
Charlie.
The white screen on the back of that's like throwing me off a little bit. With the $4.99 super chat, assumed could trade AD, sell Gaffer before the deadline, Clay for expiring.
Yeah.
Starting lineup next year, Clay, Christie, Flagg, PJ, AD, Lively off the bench.
Kyrie, not Clay.
Yeah, he says Kyrie.
What did I say?
I
Clay.
said Clay.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No Clay.
Kyrie, Christie, Flagg, PJ, AD, Lively off the bench.
Man.
I thought they were trading AD. Or no, I think he left off a T. So assume
Yeah,
that they can't trade
can't.
AD.
Oh, can't
can't.
trade.
Yeah,
Okay.
sell Gafford before the deadline and trade Clay for expirings.
I'm actually not mad at that plan.
I'm not sure
Probably the better plan.
any teams want to trade for Clay. If any team wants, I'm at the point that Chad is with Gafford a year ago. All right. If a team wants him,
Get him out of there.
take him. Take him, dude. Just please have him.
Classic says he's one of our favorite, he's one of our favorite senior citizens. I think is what he said.
Oh.
One of his favorite senior
Nothing
citizens.
senior citizen about
No. You're still younger than my father, and that's the real senior citizen.
Lil Nesso says that they follow me for my prize picks choices. Now, Keyontegeorge let us down. All right.
He did.
Damn.
Keontae's been repping the city all season long, and I appreciate that. He's been standing up for Louisville, but he let a farmer down in a big way tonight. Big way tonight.
Dang.
Interesting thing about Clay is Clay had a season-high 5 assists tonight, had 23 points, played well for the most part. Clay is making over $17 million. He's in the second year of that deal. Next year, he'll be on an expiring contract. So who knows? Somebody might want to trade for Clay. I don't know.
I just don't know. He's 18 million next year.
That's what I'm saying, but he's an expiring.
If someone's like, we need a shooter, and if they want to take this guy, you run to that offer. I don't care if it's like a second round pick. Like any
if you
money
can get you a
expiring.
second rounder and someone wants to take his salary as an expiring next year.
Literally.
I just don't know why anyone would want to.
I agree. But to be fair, the Detroit Pistons are like starting Duncan Robinson as a shooting guard. So like teams have Clay-esque players. Like, I don't know how much better Duncan is even now than Clay at this point. He probably can run better, I can tell you that, around screens, but like defensively.
Clay
both
was moving pretty good
cones.
tonight. I mean,
He was all right tonight.
one
yeah.
thing to watch because the Mavs play the Jazz like 100 times over the next week. Clay was getting open all over the floor.
He still run behind
They were running a
screens
lot
and
of
stuff.
staggered screens for him and stuff. I mean, he was getting a lot of really good looks. So
Imagine if
I'm
Kate
curious
was
to
passing
see-
that rock to him.
yeah, I'm curious to see how Utah defends those the next couple times they play.
I mean, I think a contender could use a Klay Thompson, to be honest. Like, I know the numbers, obviously, for the salary, not great, but a contender could use a Klay Thompson for sure.
Good sell, baby.
Ron,
I don't think any contenders can use Gafford.
Well, he made a finals. What are you talking about, Bobby?
Someone mentioned Boston, like coming off the bench in Boston.
Oh.
like
Boston
they
can
need,
use
like
a
they need
big.
more
Do they have any
3-point
players
shooters.
that they could
No,
trade?
no, Gafford, not Clay. Gafford.
Oh, Gafford?
They have
Oh,
any-
yeah, I'm talking about
they have any players
Gafford.
they could trade?
I don't know.
You want Anthony Simons on an expiring?
Oh,
That-
for
that
the
money doesn't
expiring,
work.
let's do
Oh,
it.
yeah, the money doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, and he makes
Is
too
he on
much.
an expiring? I think he's on.
He's on an
yeah,
expiring.
Yeah.
I think he makes
Money
over
doesn't work.
20,
He makes
though.
way too much money for Gafford.
Dang
Dang it.
I mean, the Pacers could use a Daniel Gafford once Tyrese
They don't want to
Halliburton.
win basketball games.
I'm sorry that I'm a drag. I'm sorry. I try not to be.
Somebody said
You're
I
that.
tell jokes sometimes. Also, my name is Bobby, not Green Shirt.
Wait. I'm a person, dang it.
Okay, green shirt.
Ron is not the only one
Oh,
dehumanizing
no.
people.
Oh, no.
Wait a minute. Somebody said, did Sheldon say that? Are you referring to Dalton as in Dalton Connect and a first for Klay Thompson?
Oh, God.
And
What?
he's on.
Is that a threat?
The famous. That
I'd
deserves
rather
that
keep
Steve
Klay
A.
to
Smith
take
video.
Dalton Connect.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
geez.
for that pick, though? Hell yeah.
Oh, for the pick, yeah. but
Hell
Dalton-
yeah.
They could give anybody for the pick.
So
I
yeah.
mean, who cares?
You'd say Dalton Connect along with that?
Anyone on the roster for that pick. For Clay?
Yeah.
The funny part
Like-
about the old Gafford thing, you know who could actually use a Daniel Gafford? The Lakers.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
could-
come get him.
They could use a Daniel
Mavs
Gafford.
they can expire and whoever fits that money, Gabe Vincent and I don't know.
Ugh,
If that's who's expiring. I don't know.
yuck.
Yeah. Green shirt, blue shirt, black shirt. We're people, buddy.
We have names.
We have hearts and spirits.
Memories
Ron, with tonight's loss,
and fears.
the Mavericks dropped to 0-2 against the Utah Jazz, which means the best that they could do this season is an even split with Utah because they got the baseball series coming up with them a week from today.
Yeah.
Start in Dallas on the 15th, and they play again on the 17th. So the best they could do against Utah this year, 2-2, which is not great, especially for a team that kind of low-key's tanking.
Yeah. High key tanking. I mean, and Bobby said, we have fears. I mean, at this point, I think I'm getting very nervous every time Anthony Davis starts to take a jump shot. It's just brick, side of the backboard, air ball. It takes him a while to even kind of get into the flow. Usually by the third quarter, it starts to fall more. But early in games, it never falls. Jason Kidd said something the other game about, hey, I want Anthony Davis to get even more post touches. Bobby was very like, wait a minute, what are we doing here? When Jason Kidd said that, and a big thing is they're trying to get Anthony Davis more touches. And to be fair, he did work himself kind of back into the game, ended up 10 for 20. But like for the grand scheme of things, it's like it hasn't worked out well in that way. And then again with the double big thing, it just isn't a winning strategy. I understand that I guess they're trying to get Daniel Gafford more minutes to Jason Kidd's philosophy, but it doesn't seem to be a good one because the team isn't defending well with this lineup. And just kind of lastly, on a positive note, since everything has been so negative, I'm at least glad that Najee Marshall and Max Christie have just continued to play well. Jason Kidd said that Najee Marshall is the team's third best scorer. and he gave Max Christie the honorable mention, and those two have just continued to make him look like a smart coach. Just like Najee Marshall's consistent every single game. He has very few kind of bad games, inefficient games at this point. He just knows who he is. Like players like D'Angelo Russell are not playing basketball right now because they think that they're better than they are. Like Najee Marshall never tries to do anything that he's not capable of. He knows he's not like an elite 3-point shooter. He's never going to have a game where he has 5 3-point shot attempts, even if he's wide open. He's still going to try to drive the ball to the basket. He's going to pass the rock sparingly.
He took 5 threes tonight.
Yeah, he did take 5 threes tonight.
Uh-oh.
Besides that point, nah. But Max Christie also had a good game. Wish he took some more threes. A lot of that is he's not getting that open behind the arc. But overall, Max Christie again, another good game. Overall, he's one of the better defenders on the team. That doesn't say a lot because no one can really play defense on the perimeter. But he's one of your better options out there. And Najee Marshall, I don't like that you let me down with that take.
So 2 nights ago?
Yes.
When was that 10 p.m. game? Technically yesterday or 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
Okay,
Well,
started 2 nights ago.
Okay, it began 2 nights ago. It lasted. They were tired. It was a 2-day game.
Right, exactly.
So in that game, Clay and Max combined to go I forget, 2 for 13 from 3 or something, or 2 for 14. It was something ghastly. And the Mavs won the game. They only scored 100 points, but they won the game because they were able to. Obviously, the other team only scored 98. Tonight, though, they made 9 threes. 9 of their 17. As a team, the Mavs made 15. That's the most threes they made in a game in a while. And despite committing 11 more turnovers than the other team, they had a chance to win the game because they made a bunch of threes.
They made threes.
Now, in Ron's defense, Najee's 5th three was the one at the buzzer. He didn't have a choice. He kind of had to take it. So it was really 4. It was really 4 threes.
And he made the last one.
See, this is why you need veterans around you.
Big shot to lose by 2. Did not Marshall hit that three.
This is my 13th year. It's getting dusty in here.
13th year. Yeah. Man. Legend.
I've been around a long time, man.
By the way, with the loss tonight, the Mavericks are now, check this out, 25-43 since acquiring Anthony Davis. And we will wait to see what his injury status will be going into Saturday's game. It feels like Cooper Flagg, though, every time he's seen the Utah Jazz's first couple of games, like he just sees red and just goes ham. Because he had it going tonight, had the 3-ball going, and was making plays for other guys. But unfortunately, what has been a story this season for this team, as good as Cooper Flagg has been, the unfortunate overshadowing of his teammate continuously being injured. And that has been by far the biggest storyline of this season when you look at the totality of the season. Cooper Flagg, obviously, his development is the number one thing for this team to look forward to night in and night out to see how it continues to grow and develop both offensively and defensively. But for a team that had expectations to try and win games this year, depending on a player in Anthony Davis to be available to do so and to have the lack of availability for him, as we've seen this season, it's a major bummer and disappointment once again. But for me, it's about Cooper Flagg and watching how he grows. And he's fun to watch every night, watching him progress and get through some of the struggles in these last few games from a shooting standpoint to make plays and do other things to help his team try to win games. The kid's going to be fine. Kid's going to be just fine. He's going to mess around and get a triple-double here in the next
young legend, man.
Next month.
Young legend.
He flirted with a triple-double against the Denver Nuggets, came close, flirted with another triple-double tonight against the Utah Jazz. He's going to get one of these before season's end for sure. Let's continue with your super chats here before we take our next and final break here on our show. Classic Taylor with the $1.99 super chat. Current day Eric Dampier for AD.
It would give the Mavs a lot of cap relief. It would give the Mavs about $54 million in cap relief.
That's
I know that there's probably many Mavs fans that would. Do you know who Eric Dampier is?
I think you told me a story about he couldn't play because he had like an injury that was it an injury that ended his career? Like a foot injury?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
With the Mavs in 2006.
And with the Heat in 2011.
And 2011.
Who am I thinking of then?
Probably
some Mavs center that Bobby told me got hurt and his career was shortened. That was was it Brad Davis?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember.
Wow.
It definitely wasn't Brad Davis. But I don't
go from
remember
Eric
who it was.
Dampier to Brad Davis.
Yeah.
That's whoa.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess they were only like 10 years apart. Time is funny that way.
I guess technically so. Yes. Yikes. Let's take our final.
Eric Dampier was if we were around,
Bruh, damn.
if DLLS Mavs like was around in 07,
Oh man.
05, 06, 07, oh my God. Some of the things people would have said about Eric Dampier.
Yikes.
What was he on, like a 10-year contract? It was something crazy. Or 8 years?
It was a long deal. Yeah, it was like I think it was a 7 or 8 year
Back
deal.
in the day, Ron. You do
And he was making. He's basically
That was legal?
He was the consolation prize for the Mavs losing Steve Nash. They spent that money on Eric Dampier.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
And Jet, right?
No,
Oh, okay.
that was later. They traded Antoine Walker for Jason Terry. They traded Antoine Jameson for Jerry Stackhouse and the number 5 pick in the draft that became Devin Harris.
Why did I even question
Did
that he had that?
Who
right?
they get that?
Yeah, you
pick
gotta
from?
stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Wizards.
he's literally the encyclopedia.
That's how the
Yeah,
Wizards
thanks for
got
that.
Antoine
He's literally the
Jameson.
Mavs encyclopedia.
Those they
Green
just
shirt is an
made bad pick.
encyclopedia.
The
That's
Wizards
right.
also traded. The Wizards made a lot of good trades to the Mavs. So the Wizards
Juwan
once
Butler,
traded
right?
Juwan Howard to the Mavs.
That's right.
yeah.
That was fantastic.
Let's go to break while
Then
Yeah,
they also
yeah,
traded
Ron
Karan Butler,
on
Brandon
Mavs
Haywood, and
history.
Sean Stevenson to the
And I'll
Mavs.
tell you
and
how to
Josh
become a
Howard,
diehard.
who
We'll do that
quickly
next.
tore his ACL. The Mavs ended up going to the finals the next year. They won the title.
Josh didn't do anything in Washington.
Thanks a lot for that. That was great.
You know what's also great?
Are you doing it or am I doing it?
I got you.
Okay.
Becoming a diehard. You can't point to. Oh, I'll try to point to it then. I was like, Bobby, you pointed to the key. There it is. You can become a diehard member by scanning that QR code on your screen or going to alldlls.com to become a diehard member. When you do, you get access to our member-only Discord, 20% off our events, and access to our premium content curated by our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr., Clarence E. Hill Jr., and Ali Jawad covering your Dallas Cowboys. Who the hell is going to be the next defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys? They will be all over it over the coming days and weeks. Sam Nestler and Sean Shapiro covering your Dallas Stars, and Jeff Wilson covering your Texas Rangers. Will the Rangers make another move before we get to spring training next month? Yes, I said next month. Did you say no? Did you say no?
Won't be happening.
Did you just say that the Rangers
They
not going
won't
to make
spend
another
money.
move?
Why not?
I don't know why they won't spend the
You got to
money.
read Jeff Wilson to find out.
That's right. You got to read Jeff Wilson to find out. By the way, great Rangers show today. They had the Rangers play-by-play boys, television play-by-play boys.
That's dope.
Dave Raymond on the show.
Oh,
today.
okay.
Shout out to Dave Raymond. Good guy.
Nice.
He was on the show today hanging out with Rads and Jeff Wilson. So, again, alldlls.com to become a diehard member.
Very nice.
And go to store.allcitynetwork.com. You can check out our incredible merchandise. In fact, we're modeling 3 different shirts that you can get on the site right now. He's got the green colorway with the star logo, DLS. Ron's got the, that's the Kyrie joint right there. And I got the traditional black and white DLLS star shirt as well. But you go to store.allcitynetwork.com. We've got a brand new collection of Brandon Bill's DLLS mashup hats that you can check out right now. You can get the perfect gift for the DFW sports fan in your life. Again, store.allcitynetwork.com. And after you do all of that, drop us your email, sign up for our newsletter, drop us in your email
free.
box. It's free.
Free.
8:45, 9 o'clock in the morning, you get the everything DLLS
Did you
sports.
say it's free?
Free.
Wow.
Free.
Free
No
newsletter.
reason not to.
It's free.
It's literally free.
I agree.
So there was one point during the game I was kind of, I think I might have been looking through the snack basket or something. I was doing something where I wasn't totally locked into the action. Someone made a free throw, and I just heard the faint, like, sound of children screaming. And I was like, what is going on? And I looked at the scoreboard, and it was 67-67. And you could literally hear the kids in the arena just losing their mind. That was probably the best moment of their lives, and they will forget about it by tomorrow.
Man.
Shout out to our friends Mark Follow and Devin Harris, who got extremely excited about the 6-7.
They were fired up.
The double 6-7, by the way.
They were fired up.
At that particular point. The Mavericks, unfortunately, fall again, or fortunately, depending on what side of the fence you're on this, as they lose 160-114 to the Utah Jazz. With the loss tonight, the Mavericks dropped to 14-24 on the year. They are a full 2.5 games behind the Memphis Grizzlies for the 10th and final spot in the play-in, and in a virtual tie with the Los Angeles Clippers, who are 13-23 on the season. The Jazz now a half game behind the Mavericks.
Can I pose a question to the panel up here?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Genuinely, at this point, is in today, which is January the 8th. What is the best case scenario for like an Anthony Davis anything at this point?
In terms of a trade?
Do you all, like, just opinion, not reporting?
Sound off in the chat. I just posted a poll.
Yes. Please vote in the poll.
Can you let us know what the poll is, the question?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
1 second. Should the Mavs trade AD for whatever they can get ASAP? ?
Oh, our brains
Two
were
choices.
aligned.
Yes, just do it. Or no, wait for the best deal.
Please let us know in the comments. But yeah, genuine question, because like, can they get a pick? The Trae Young trade personally just made me feel like, oh, it's not.
You're spooked,
It's
huh?
not a guarantee, because I mean, now he's a better player than Trae Young.
He's a better player than
Teams
Trae Young.
want Anthony Davis more than they want Trae Young.
Sure.
But the question is, how much more do they want Anthony Davis more than Trae Young?
Well, I did ask Stein that, and you did too, and he didn't.
He didn't
really
answer.
Well, granted, like
answer.
Stein is one guy, and things are probably changing and everything. So if you ask every NBA insider or whatever, maybe someone would know something. But Stein obviously has a pretty intimate understanding of this. It didn't seem like he was saying yes, they can get a pick. It also didn't seem like he was saying no, they can't.
It's probably 50. It's probably up in the air.
Yeah, I'm sure if you were asking the Hawks would probably say,
No.
if we're giving you Risa Shea, you're not getting a pick. So stop asking.
Yeah,
If you ask the
I
Mavs, it's like
mean-
Anthony Davis is incredible. We need Risa Shea and the Pelicans pick. So let's.
Okay,
just-
so would you rather have the 26th pick in the draft or Risa Shea? I think that's actually a good question.
I'd rather have Risa Shea. I mean, I would rather have both of those things.
Yeah, I'd rather have both.
But if you had to pick,
so the pick-
let's
the-
say it's
the-
like I'm
the-
hanging up the phone. Like,
The
what-
pick that they would be getting is most likely belonging to the Cavs.
that's like
So
26
and
or
that's
something.
no, right
no.
now it's like 19.
Yeah, like
20.
17, 18, somewhere around
Even
there.
better.
That's
Not a good pick, but
dude, that's not a good pick.
it's like it's
You're trading AD for Josh Green at that point.
Or would have been Tyrese Maxey or
Yeah, that's
Desmond
what I'm saying.
Bane.
Okay, that's a compelling argument.
because like what if Phylon is there? What if Cameron Carr? The point is,
Hell, the Mavericks drafted Jalen Brunson at 33. Like,
but the chances are a lot lower, and that's why it can be scary. But the point is, again, he's a lot better than Trae Young. The Hawks would also want him more than they wanted Trae Young. But the fact that they essentially dumped him for nothing was like, whoa, the trade market is just not what it was. Like Trae Young 3 years ago, of course he was younger, but this wouldn't happen. This didn't happen. 27-year-old 4-time All-Stars didn't just get dumped healthy.
I mean, we're in the apron era, and the rules have changed dramatically to where if you're not playing at the type of level that commands a max salary, you're going to get moved or you're going to stay until your contract expires. Like, Trae Young is kind of one of the real first examples of a guy who's a really, really good player who is not performing or fits on a team that allows his salary to be paid as such. And hence he's with the Wizards, So I don't know, man. You're between a rock and a hard place when it comes to Anthony Davis because, I mean, right now the Mavs don't win games hardly. I mean, they are basically 500 when he is available.
Which is not good.
And they're abysmal without him.
Also not good, but worse.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I was, y'all know my stance on it. I'm not going to, break that record again, but
I just don't ever like selling
low.
Trading from a position of weakness.
Yep.
Trading low. That's not how you're supposed to do it. Now there's a sunk cost thing, but like again, if we're talking 2 months from now, that's not a sunk cost. That's just waiting until the off season.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think it's necessarily I don't think that that's like waving a white flag, and I guarantee that unless he does something really bad, experiences a really bad injury, or ends up in the files or something, Like, you're not going to get less for him in 5 months than you would now. In fact, you'd probably get more because there are more teams that are able to make a trade for him. He'll have one less year on his deal and all that stuff. So I'm not going to be devastated if they hold on to him.
So, like, percent-wise, we're like I think it's probably like a 25% chance he gets traded at the deadline.
My expectometer was pretty high last night. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
I was
pretty-
above 80%.
Yeah.
So
same.
now you're at least about 70% he gets traded for the deadline. At least
It's down. I lost power. The expectometer is offline right now.
Especially after talking to Stein, right? Surely did that make
That
it go
confused
down?
us
It
even
didn't
more?
affect it at all. No, it didn't
No.
affect it. What affected it was him holding his hand and walking off the court.
Oh.
in
You're like
agony.
basically
Fair.
falling down the tunnel.
Yeah, and I'm like, damn, that probably
that
sucks.
hurts a lot.
that hurts. It literally did.
It
Yeah.
looked very painful.
Looked very painful.
So I don't know, man. Like, he'll be 33 in March.
Yikes.
He's getting older. He's getting banged up, injured, and expensive. Good luck with that.
And look at the LA Clippers, man, with
It's been
Kawhi.
those things. That's why you
Yeah,
do
that's-
not trade.
That's why you don't trade for
Don't
him.
trade for a guy with that much money. on his
Bailed
deal.
the Los Angeles
I mean,
Lakers out.
And to
the,
your,
the same reason
Can't
the
bail
Hawks
that
weren't
team
able
out.
to get anything for Trey, anything of substance for Trey, is exactly why the Mavs should not have given up as much as they did for AD. That's super obvious, but like if
Nah,
if
real.
the Lakers would have just told the whole NBA, "Hey, AD is for sale,"
yeah.
no one would have even come close to what the Mavs ended up trading.
Could
for
they
him.
have even gotten Kyrie?
If I were the Mavs, I would not have traded Kyrie for AD.
So, like, again, like, man.
Yeah.
I just feel like very low about it before the deadline. Again, I'll be up very late on those nights just in case, but it just doesn't feel like a package of substance is coming. Like, there's always a mystery team. No one knew that the Warriors were coming after Jimmy until like a couple days before, and then somehow a contract was worked out. So you just never know
he's
who's
gonna
coming.
miss the showcase game. Maybe
So-
maybe he'll play. Maybe he'll play.
Wait, will you be up late? Because last night you said we might have to wake you up if something happens.
Yeah, but that's that wasn't the
Not to go by the
day,
scenes,
that wasn't the
but
day
Ron
of the
sent us
deadline.
a text that was like, "I'm going to bed if something happens."
Yeah, it was like
Someone
it
called
was
me,
like 8:30
please.
or 9.
It was 9. It was 9
so
o'clock.
sad.
I went to sleep at 10.
Do we have any more super chats before we
A
get ready
green
to spin around?
shirt.
Tank?
Hell yeah, dude. I'm just green shirt now. That's just what we're doing.
Before we
I'm green shirt.
Green shirt.
No,
no more super chats.
tank on time.
All right, it's time to take our spin around Tankathon before we get out of here.
Let's take that spin.
Panorama. Oh, dude, I love these standings. The Mavs right now are 1 game out of 5th.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, they're in 9th right now, but they're 1 game out of 5th.
I mean, they
That
played-
was what they call good framing.
they got Chicago. They got Chicago on.
That was
They got 2 more games coming up against Utah, and they also play the Nets soon. Like if you can,
Let's get boozed.
oh my god.
what?
Let's get boozed.
If they can rise to the
baby.
occasion and go 0-3 in those games,
Ugh.
they're getting a top 5
Rise
pick.
to the
Almost
occasion is
guaranteed.
hilarious.
Almost guaranteed.
Fall to the occasion.
We'll get to Connor super chat here in just a second. Let's take the spin around Tankathon.
Right now, the Mavs are in 9th, 20.3% chance, 4.5% chance
Not good.
at the number 1.
Let's get
Overall.
boozed.
I mean, never forget the Mavericks had a 1.8% chance to get up to number 1,
It
and
happened.
they did it. So anytime he reads the odds, it's like, wow. I mean, it's a better chance to get.
I would never try and do that again. Ever.
I mean, of course not. Of course not. All right,
me down.
spin in 3, 2,
I'm going fifth.
1.
I'm going
Devonta,
fifth.
Devonta,
Fifth.
Devonta, Devonta.
Oh, we can get top 5.
Why we keep sending Derek
Yikes.
Peterson to the shower
Oh,
realm
no.
in Sacramento?
Okay, they stay the same like every time.
Wait, like no one moved.
No one moved.
Well, the top did, but that was.
That's rare.
The Mavericks.
The
God,
Mavericks
9.
get the Baylor swingman.
How do you say his name, Tanner?
Tunde, I might butcher. it. I think it's
Yasiofu.
Tunde Yesufu.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes, a fool. Okay.
who's somehow 20. What's going on with these 20-year-old freshmen? They were 19 in high school? Is that like normal?
Who can say?
Who could say?
Wow.
Well, that is the 4th. So we've done 11 spins. The Mavs have moved down 5 times.
Ooh.
They've stayed the same 4 times. They've only moved up twice. So they've moved into the top 4 2 out of 11 spins, which is 18%. That's not great. Not great. It means they're due. We're going to keep spinning, though. Not tonight, but like,
I mean,
we got a lot of spins left between now and May.
yeah, we got Saturday coming.
Trust me.
Ooh,
That'll
Saturday,
do it.
So no show tomorrow?
That's correct. We are off tomorrow. Yes, we are off on Friday.
Sweet.
Connor with
Love
the
everyone,
$2
though.
super chat. What?
One wrong injury.
Oh, one wrong. That's a one. Okay.
What?
One wrong injury and AD is untradeable. Do it soon. Yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna get into it because I'm
are very
a broken
scared,
record
that's
at this
it.
point. But that to me has been the logic for me of moving off Anthony Davis as soon as you can. I mean, he's a ticking time bomb.
Well, the logic for me is he tradable? Clearly not. Like, clearly not.
He's not tradable right now.
Like, clearly not. So,
Salary down.
like, if there was 10 teams that were like, oh, my God, please, Jesus, I need Anthony Davis, and the Mavs were like, whoa, buddy. That's just not happening. There's maybe two teams that are interested. One of them has
and
nothing to
barely
offer.
interested, probably.
Yeah, and the other team doesn't even want to give you a pick. Or the guy that they took number 1 a couple years ago that doesn't even play for them.
Like, I think that's kind of the lead that we're bearing is like the Hawks are telling you, hey,
No.
we don't even want to give a ricochet for Anthony Davis, which is like,
Yeah.
woo!
And at that point, there is no reason.
Woo!
There's no reason to trade him.
No.
Like if the Hawks are like,
If you can't even get a guy that might not even be good,
that good gutter value, man. Like we are in the gutter.
and get an expiring contract belonging to a guy that might have to medically retire,
Yikes.
and then another guy, Luke Kennard, who's Luke Kennard.
That was
Another guy who's Luke Kennard. Who's
that was
Luke
nasty.
Kennard.
That was nasty.
Yeah, that was kind of a blow to like my whole Atlanta Hawks jump off with this was they were like, nah, we're not giving up ricochet for a guy that's a top 75 player of all time.
Okay, he has got his
PLA.
percentages
Like
up.
what the hell?
Oh, my.
PLA.
Oh, coming in at the
Spam
buzzer.
PLH in the chat.
Except yours counted except for Cooper Flagg tonight.
Wait,
All right, hang
wait,
on. I'm
Tanner.
pulling up the free agent list.
I looked
Oh, you got the-
clicked on it.
I'm pulling up the free agent list.
Any free agent y'all like when we trade AD for expirings?
That's a great question. I doubt it.
Austin Reeves will be available.
LeBron.
Bring the GOAT to Dallas.
Hey, you gotta relax. You gotta relax.
Somebody has to say it.
So there's some guys with player options, like Andrew Wiggins has a player option. He'll probably accept that, if I had to guess. Zach LaVine, Trey will probably
No.
opt in or get extensions.
And no.
James Harden will probably opt in.
He'll be 37.
He wants to stay in LA.
Anthony Simons, John Collins, like, yeah, I'm not sure that I want either of those. I mean, Simons is okay. Jonathan Kuminga, maybe, you know. And then there's some vets, guys like Norman Powell, Harrison Barnes.
Norman Powell.
Harrison
I
Barnes.
probably won't be able to afford Norman Powell.
Yeah, Norman Powell staying in Miami, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who wouldn't?
Yeah,
Rui Hachimura, I mean,
Oh.
Kobe White, Mavs won't be able to afford
Sounds
him.
like cap space is kind of like overrated.
Yeah, you want the contract slots
For
to be
all
able to
these
trade,
teams
yeah.
saying, man, we got cap
That's another.
space.
That's
Who's out
another
there?
reason. Like that's
Who
another
cares?
reason why whenever everyone's like, "Oh my God, they got to get just expiring contracts," you make 80's money disappear. You're still above the cap. You can't do anything with that money.
Don't have that slot
so
anymore.
yeah, having a contract slot is really important because then you can say, "Okay, I got a 25 million, a 18 million, and a 7 million. Now we can trade for a really good player." You know, but if you just turn that money into you know all zeros all across the board. The most the Mavs will be able to do if you struck 80's contract from the books is just sign someone to the mid-level exception. That's it. They have a very expensive team.
Yep.
You're right, Sarah. $1.99 super chat. Shout out to our girl Sarah.
Oh, yeah.
In my opinion, you can't compare peak AD, top 75 player of all time, to AD now.
Yeah,
You can't.
No, you
Don't
can't.
say that. 80's still just as good as he ever was.
And he's still
Nah.
a hell of a lot better than Zachary Ricochet,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
with all due respect to the former number 1 overall pick.
Damn.
Like,
mean,
like, come on, man. Like,
I mean, he is. This guy
he
is.
is.
This guy
Like,
might be the worst
Ricochet-
first round pick of a decade.
Like Ricochet is cool. Like I think if a
Yikes.
change of scenery for him would be, an opportunity for him to get better here in Dallas. But yeah, Ricochet has. I mean, yes, I know it's year 2 and guys can still grow. So I'm not saying that he doesn't have a chance to continue to get better as a player. But Atlanta looking at you with a straight face and saying we're not giving up Ricochet for even this version of Anthony Davis. That's
Like,
a slap
oh,
in
man.
the face, man. That is a slap in the face.
But this is the Atlanta Hawks over the last 25 years. They took Marvin Williams over Chris Paul was a terrible decision. They clearly took, the Trae Young over Luka thing. Again, it was a bad decision. Now they might pick Zachary Reese over Anthony Davis. I'm just saying, whatever you think is the right decision, do the complete opposite, Atlanta Hawks, because the history just shows that. Thank you for watching the show.
We are off tomorrow, boys and girls. We will be back on Saturday. Our pregame show will begin at 6:30 p.m. As the Mavericks, what we thought was going to be an Anthony Davis showcase. We don't know what his status is going to be going into that game on Saturday night.
That's a nice early game. Let's go.
Tip-off will be at, what is that? 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
7:15.
Probably. Which means our pregame show will begin at 6:30 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. We appreciate our guy Tanner making this look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. That is our
it's a watch along on Saturday.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go.
Come watch that thing get watched.
Gonna get belligerent.
Are we gonna have our folks hanging out with us from is that this Saturday or the next one? No? Okay. Okay, cool.
Shut your mouth.
By the way, shout out to our CHGO folks. It's a all-city network game. CHGO versus DLLS.
That's right. Please win, CHGO. Please win.
Shout out to my guy Big Dave, man. We'll talk.
Batista's there?
He's got a new movie coming out. We'll talk about it later.
No, that's a joke.
That is our DLLS Mavs analyst Bobby Carlos. That is our What? What?
Land the plane.
That is our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. My name is Kevin Gray. We're not firing Shotty, hiring Mike McDaniel. We're not doing it. My name is Kevin Gray. We'll talk to you Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Y'all be good. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.